Let's see how to build the theme toggle. There are a lot of things going on when we click on it. The knob icon, the background color, and the items on it all change between two states. You see the cloud is wandering around, and the star is twinkling. And now let's look at the starter code. In this component theme toggle, line number 7, we call this hook called use cycle, which is based on use state. The value of mode cycles through light and dark whenever this function in the cycle mode is called. And that is why the hook is called use cycle in the first place. And if we look at the return statement right here down below, and the toggle is a div, line number 95, and it includes some parts, the clouds and stars and the knob. They are defined as variables above. Let's first look at how to update the background color of the container div first. So it's just right here on this div, the container div. And we could say, we could use this animate because we want to animate the change, not just simply switch to the new background. Over here, we can say background. Its value is actually based on the value of the mode variable. So we have this in the state, right? So if this mode is light, we want it to be somewhat, bluish color. Otherwise, we want it to be kind of pretty dark. Now if we refresh, by default is light mode, and if we click on the knob, it becomes the night mode, the dark mode. That works, and we can do similar things for clouds, stars, and the knob. But let's look at a different approach, variance. With variance, we can have predefined labels for the animation states of a component and use only a label to update the animation. Let's see what that means. So let's first comment out this animate. And now we can use a different prop called variance. Its value is an object. And then now we can say light. When it's light mode, we want the background to be the light blue color. And when it's in dark mode, we're gonna have something similar, except that the color needs to be like a darker blue. Remember, I said that the animation target object can be used in many places, and this is actually one of the places, and this is the animation target object. And of course, we can put in other properties as needed. But for now, it's just a background for this container. Now let's add another one, animate again. But this animate prop is kind of different from the one above, and its value is going to be just a string. So look at the preview. It becomes the light blue color for the light mode, right? And of course, we can change it to dark mode to see it. This is working well. And now we're gonna replace this hard-coded value to use the state variable mode there. And now when we click on the knob, you see it being switched back and forth, and it works exactly as what we have here for this code, like when 106. But what do you think? How does it compare to the one this one-line animate? I would say this the latter approach looks a lot cleaner, since you can clearly see what's going on each mode. Adding new animations would be as easy as adding some properties in each mode, and you can still clearly see what's going on in light mode or in the dark mode. But this is just half of the story. The true power of variance lies in this animate prop, line number 107. When its value is a variable label such as light or dark here, it propagates through the entire React tree. Anything downstream will receive this animate prop without having to explicitly use it. So this clouds or stars, they will receive this animate prop. Take the knob as an example. Let's go to the declaration of knob right here. So let me just uncomment these code line number 70 and 73, and that defines the variance for the knob. That's just the first part of the knob, and we have another icon for the knob as well. Let's just uncomment this variance. If I refresh the browser, you probably can already see the difference here, and I only have a sun right here in the light mode. If I click on it, it just switched to the night mode. It seems like it didn't do much, right? And that works pretty well. And if you look at the details of this variance prop, you're going to see what's going on. So for this moon icon, in light mode, its rotate is minus 180, and its opacity is 0. So it's actually invisible. So we don't see that moon icon there. And in dark mode, we're going to rotate it and change its opacity back. So that's why we see it here, right? And similarly, how did we actually move these icons? We use X offset to give it a specific value. So similarly for this sun icon, we just have to make the values so that it actually sits on the left when the mode equals light. So you see, we only need to define the start and end states. Motion takes care of adding the animation in between. And let's keep looking. So if we look at the clouds right here, similarly, we can uncomment this variance prop. And you see this cloud is rendering and changing its opacity, right? And you probably already guessed why it's that way. You see this in light mode, and we have this animation target object here. Its opacity, the value of the opacity is an array, and X is an array, and that's why it's actually kind of moving around. And we've got a transition to configure this specific part of the animation and make it doing this yo-yo loop. Whereas in the dark mode, only have this opacity 0. That's why it's completely invisible. So this animation target object and this transition object, I said you'll see it like in many places, right? And similarly for the stars, these star, we're going to change it, make it twinkle, and its opacity is an array. And that's another star right here. And its opacity is an array too. And these two arrays are, I actually place the value carefully so that they don't change at the same time. So that's why you see this stars actually kind of twinkling at different times. All right, so that's variance. We can define the animations for all the components in a React tree and switch animation with a single animate prop from the top.